Hello English learners. In English, each verb has 6 forms. The first form is verb 1. The second form is verb 2. The third form is verb 3. And the fourth form is verb 1 plus ing. The fifth form is verb 1 plus s. And the sixth form is 2 plus verb 1. And this rule could be applied on regular verbs and irregular verbs. Let's take, for example, a regular verb like the verb study. You could say verb 1 study, verb 2 studied, verb 3 studied, verb 1 plus s studies, verb 1 plus ing studying, 2 plus verb 1 to study. While if we take an irregular verb like the verb go, we could say verb 1 go, verb 2 went, verb 3 gone, verb 1 plus s goes, verb 1 plus ing going, and 2 plus verb 1 to go. Now, why I explain to you the forms of verbs? Because I want to explain to you how to join two verbs together. In fact, there are 3 ways to join two verbs together. The first verb could be used in any tense, and the second verb could be used as plain infinitive or verb 1. Plain infinitive or verb 1. The second way is we could use the first verb in any tense and we join the second verb with it using the gerund, verb 1 plus ing. And the third way is we could join the first verb, which is used in any tense, and the second verb could be used as 2 plus verb 1, I mean infinitive with 2. And in some cases, some verbs could be used using 2 ways together. Some verbs are used with gerund and with 2 plus verb 1, I mean infinitive with 2. And some verbs could be used alone with verb 1. And some verbs could be used with verb 1 and gerund also. So in the previous video, I explained to you some verbs that are used with gerund, and I added also some structures that could be used with gerund. And today I will explain to you some verbs that could be used with plain infinitive, I mean verb 1, and some of them could be used in both ways, verb 1 and gerund. Let's see what are these verbs. The first 2 verbs that take only plain infinitive, I mean verb 1, are the verb let and the verb make. For example, we could say his father wouldn't let him go to the party. His father wouldn't let him go to the party. Notice the first verb wouldn't let and the second verb go to the party. Go to the party. So go is verb 1. And the second example about make, we could say you can't make him understand the lesson. You can't make him understand the lesson. And the first verb is you can't make him. Can't make. Can't make. And the second verb is understand. It's plain infinitive, verb 1. While some verbs like the verb hear, watch, see, and feel, those verbs could be used by using with them plain infinitive and gerund. Let's take examples. Examples about the verb see. We could say they saw him leave the house. They saw him leave the house. So is used in the past tense and it's the first verb, and leave is the second verb which is used in the plain infinitive. And we could also say this sentence as the following using the gerund. They saw him leaving the house. They saw him leaving the house. And the first verb here is in the simple past, while the second verb is used as gerund. And then we have the verb here. We could say, for example, I heard him speak English, and we could say, I heard him speaking English. So both ways are acceptable and used. And we could also join the verb feel with these two forms. We could join it with plain infinitive verb 1 and with gerund. We could say, for example, I could feel his heart beat, and I could feel his heart beating. I could feel his heart beat, and I could feel his heart beating. But I want you to focus on one important point concerning these verbs. The verb let, make, see, watch, hear, and feel. So those verbs, if they are used in the passive voice, we join the second verb with them in the infinitive with to. I mean, we use infinitive with to with them if they are used in the passive voice. And here are some examples. If we take the verb see and we wrote it in the passive voice, look how we join the second verb in the to infinitive. For example, we could say he was seen to leave his house. He was seen to leave his house. So focus how we use the second verb with the passive voice. Another example about the verb here, we could say he was heard to speak in English. He was heard to speak in English. So notice how we use the first verb was heard in the passive voice, and the second verb infinitive with to speak English, to speak. Thank you for watching. Hope you understand everything I have explained to you. Bye bye.